The master potter is in the business of transformation into what he has called us to be. We have to stop focusing on the outcome, the why. The outcome will come. The real question is, Lord, what are you doing in this moment right here, this day, this Saturday, January 10th? What are you doing right now? I know that there's something out there. I know that there's a calling out there. But what are you doing right now? And what are you shaping in me through this pain? Welcome back to my channel. I just want to thank you for continuing to show up and to watch these videos. Those of you who are starting to give me feedback, that is just so appreciative. Thank you so much. I just appreciate that you're listening and you're watching and you're showing up. You know, it takes a lot of time to put these videos together and I love doing it, but it's nice to know that it's helping and that people are watching. So if you are enjoying these videos, like it, subscribe, and share with another lady who could benefit from these videos. Today I want to talk about something that is really at the heart of my book, There's Purpose in Your Pain. Before we get into that, so it's January 10th. It's a Saturday. What's going on in your life? Just checking in. What does this particular Saturday look like and feel like for you? How's your week been? Are you checking in with yourself? Are you spending time in the Word, talking to God? And we're still in the very beginning of the year. What are your plans? What are your goals for this year? What are you looking forward to? What maybe is something you're not looking forward to and you don't plan to go through that particular thing again? So just to check in, how are you feeling? What's going on this Saturday? What are you preparing for going into the new year? I want to read a short section from my book, There's Purpose in Your Pain. And I'm simply talking about finding God's purpose in your pain, which is the preface of the whole book. But today we're talking about the difference in pain and calling. And pain definitely leads to calling, but I think a lot of women get stuck in the pain and they can't really see further than that. So this is chapter 3. It says, this section of the book captures the heart of why I had to write it. I've noticed that when people go through pain, they aren't always expecting a purposeful outcome. Many simply want the suffering to stop, to end, and they don't take the time to see the good that can emerge from it. So one of my dear friends who I interviewed for the book, Wendy Pastelidis, states, this is not a perfect life because the perfect life is yet to come. So I live with the expectation of trials in this life, understanding that I am meant to face challenges, to suffer, not to live a comfortable life, but to live a sanctified life. She goes on to say, I remind myself that He, God, is sovereign, in control of every detail, and that these trials are not without purpose. They are for my good, for the good of those around me who know the Lord, and even for my family. They are meant to grow me in Christ-likeness. I recently heard someone say, God is more concerned with the process than the outcome. We're like, what's it going to look like? What is this all about? Why am I going through this? And I think what they say is true. He already knows the outcome because He's God. Like Wendy said, He is sovereign. He knows all things. He is taking that and working it out for my good. But we want the outcome, but He's concerned with the process, how we're going to get there. That is the calling. Calling isn't just what ministry you do, what job you do. Teacher, mom, parent, missionary, pastor, layperson. It's the process of getting there and what happens when you are in that position. Calling is being shaped and molded by the great potter. It isn't simply what we become, it's the process that it takes to get there. A lot of what we're talking about starts in this place of pain and difficulty, trials and tribulations. But pain is not the final destination. Pain is not the end of the story. The only way to step into your calling is to be shaped, to be molded, to be softened. The master potter is in the business of transformation into what he has called us to be. We have to stop focusing on the outcome, the why. We have to stop obsessing over the outcome. The outcome will come. The real question is, Lord, what are you doing in this moment right here, this day, this Saturday, January 10th? What are you doing right now? I know that there's something out there. I know that there's a calling out there. But what are you doing right now? And what are you shaping in me through this pain? Like I said yesterday, I determined a long time ago that I was not going to waste my pain. And I encourage you to not let your pain be wasted. Pain without purpose is just pain. You're just sitting in it. It's on you. It might even be growing, but it's just on you. Nothing's really changing. But when you surrender your pain to God, that worship, that lifting it up and recognizing it, calling it out, dealing with it, not minimizing it, when you process it with Him instead of ignoring it, pain becomes the catalyst that moves into your calling. When you're only in survival mode, you're just in pain. But when you actually start dealing with it and not just dragging it around with you, and you start processing it and you start giving it to God, and you finally pick it up, you look at it, name it, feel it, surrender. You are no longer just surviving. You are now moving into the season of thriving. And thriving is where calling begins. So some scriptures. Jeremiah 18 talks about God being the potter and we are the clay. Romans 8, He works all things out for our good. Ephesians 2, we are His workmanship, created for good works. 1 Peter 5:10, after you have suffered for a while, He will restore, He will confirm, and He will strengthen. 2 Timothy 1:9, we are called with a holy calling by His purpose and His grace. So these scriptures remind us that you are not being destroyed, but you're actually being shaped and molded into something else that's going to take you into your calling. So my question for you today is this: how might your pain be the very thing God is using to move you into your calling? And where do you sense the potter shaping you right now, today, January 10th, on this lovely Saturday afternoon? Let pain be the catalyst to your calling, because God is not finished with your story yet. Until tomorrow, bye.